are you saying? What are you saying?
It's our savior!
Diana!
Hey, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Ethan.
And we're here to review the biggest installment in the DCEU thus far.
Yes.
Wonder Woman.
It's
finally here.
After many months of awaiting it. Possibly the best movie that DC has put out
Since
Dark
Knight Rises, pretty much.
Since Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Cut.
Yeah, it's pretty great. You're right.
Since Suicide Squad.
Oh god, I can't believe that's still Academy Award winning. Anyways, Wonder Woman follows Diana, and Diana is basically in this Amazonian world full of Greek mythology, and she lives on an island of only women. She's the only child as well, which is kind of odd, but we get into that later in the film. And then eventually, one day, Chris Pine is a World War I fighter pilot, and he crashes on the coast of this island. She goes in to save him. German people show up.
She learns about the Great War, and so obviously with her great values, she goes to fight in said war to kill Ares, the god of war, who has to be behind everything. Now, Jonathan, going into Wonder Woman, what were you expecting here?
I was expecting a good movie. I know that Patty Jenkins is a very good filmmaker, and I was sure that she could really do a great job of just making this the Wonder Woman movie that we wanted, especially since she's a woman directing a huge. This is a very important movie for women in filmmaking in general because number one, this is the largest film that a woman has ever produced. Period. It had the biggest opening weekend. It had the biggest, I think, the budget as well. As well as it's the first IMAX film ever.
Regardless, they broke a lot of records with this movie.
Right.
And as for myself, I'm a huge DC movie fan. I love pretty much everything in the DCEU thus far. Suicide Squad had its goods and bads, what have you. But I was nonetheless excited for Wonder Woman, and man, this movie delivered. Jonathan, overall, what did you get out of this movie?
I really enjoyed it. I liked it.
Good.
I didn't think that it was crazy good. I think it did have a few flaws, and I think most of those flaws were the pacing in probably the first act, and then when everything just goes bonkers in the third act a little bit towards the end. It kind of lost me there. I think it kind of maybe betrayed the overall feel that they were going for. And it was just really jarring. I was like, wait, what the hell? This is basically the doomsday fight from Batman v Superman in a new coat of paint.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and jump into the things that I guess we did like. Number one, the story is really interesting.
I have to say I was a little off-put by the simple beginning in the first act that the movie started. We start with a young Diana Prince, obviously, and how she learns her moral code and things like that. But as soon as Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine, crashes into the islands and the action starts, it starts to pick up, things start to move along. So other than the slow beginning, I thought I wasn't too impressed by it. As soon as that happens, as soon as it kicks off, it really starts to get going.
Yeah, I think this definitely flows the best out of all the DCEU films.
Okay.
Without a doubt. It's just very streamlined.
I would say it's a nice happy medium between the ever-long Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Cut and the disgusting choppiness of Suicide Squad.
I completely agree, and I thought that it was interesting too. I really enjoyed the World War I elements.
Yeah, that's had an upbringing.
My favorite thing is just seeing Diana interact with this new world that she's not familiar with. We get to see her interact with the occupants of London and the front.
Ice cream
As well.
You should be very proud.
Right, and a lot of the comedic relief results from her interacting with this world. Like she's walking around with the shield and sword. Oh, I can't walk.
I actually didn't think it was too gratuitous or it was too
That's what I was afraid of for the
Yeah.
trailer, and it did work for the film.
I'm very happy it wasn't too stupid of humor for this movie.
Hey, Gal Gadot, she did a great job. Good for her. I know
everyone from at least from Batman vs Superman, everyone was thinking she's too skinny, she can't perform action scenes very well. That's a damn lie. She did amazing in this movie.
Yeah, she was really good. I was really impressed just the way she was able to convey certain emotions just overall. I just liked the way that she portrayed the character. Also, Chris Pine did a really good job.
Oh my god, absolutely. I mean, he's
always great.
When it comes to some emotional scenes towards the ends with Chris Pine and Gal Gadot, it's just blew me out of the water, man.
Yeah, there were some definite heart strings that were tugged. Also, they kind of have like a band of
A band of soldiers following them around.
Misfits that follow them around. And they do a pretty good job. I don't think they're not particularly memorable.
I was surprised by the amount of development they got in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't expecting that either. Another thing, this movie has great visuals for the most part. I say every now and then it doesn't necessarily transition very well from live action to CG, especially in terms of Gal Gadot's character model. Every now and then it was just like, ooh, that
I really only had one moment where I noticed that was where very early in the movie, where as a child she's very rambunctious and she jumps off. she jumps off of a cliffside, and it's.
Every movie has it. I remember even in Age of Ultron, there's a shot of Thor jumping after someone, if you remember, and it's like really
so she jumps off the cliff, and she's just
and it didn't look fantastic.
Didn't look good. Actually, the movie obviously picks up from there in the side of visual effects.
Aside from that, it actually looks pretty damn great.
You know what looked pretty damn great?
Who?
All the action scenes.
All the action scenes were alright. I'll say they looked fantastic when they were practical. By the way, the front fight is definitely the best action sequence in the film.
The No Man's Land
No Man's Land is great. It's like a 20-minute stretch of just Wonder Woman kicking down doors, kicking German ass.
I was a little scared that they were going to show too much of that scene from all the footage that we got in the trailers.
Nope.
Luckily they didn't.
Scratched the surface.
And obviously they could pinpoint the scenes that they did show, like her breaking through the wall.
Oh, so good.
Just her using her lasso, which were all so cool.
There's a moment where she takes out a sniper.
Oh, dude!
It was so
Regardless, all the action scenes in the movie are really good, from my opinion. Jonathan, you had problems with the last third act there.
Right. Let's go ahead and let's just jump into the cons here immediately with that.
Okay.
So in the third act, the movie kind of gets a little convoluted. It's in the last 20 minutes. There's a big heel
I'm gonna
turn.
guess it's about the villain.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So you're basically led on to believe
I know exactly where you're going here.
There's two major villains in the movie, and that's
Dr.
Poison
and General Ludendorff.
And General Ludendorff. And you're like, okay, these villains are okay. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, they're not the actual villain. And they pull a Batman v Superman. They do it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, new villain comes in.
Last third act, new villain, big bad. And how did you feel about that?
All right, I liked the twists.
Okay.
But I'm like, this guy, I loved his portrayal of the character. Why couldn't he have just been the carrying force throughout the film?
I actually really liked Dr. Poison and General Ludendorff throughout the entire movie as villains.
I really didn't.
I actually liked them for one scene specifically that made their entire character. Is when Dr. Poison throws the gas into the room.
don't.
No, dude, it was so funny.
That was like 60s.
No, it was so good. It was so good. Hey, rest in peace. That was so
absolutely.
good. When they evilly cackle after throwing the poison, it's perfect.
It's so dumb.
It's
I didn't like it.
Anyways, back to Ares.
Yeah.
No, we know Ares is the bad guy.
Ares is he's kind of the main villain. Spoiler alert. Oh well, who cares? This is like 2 weeks later.
This is late anyways. Ares is the villain. You should know.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Stubmaster Reviews. I know you were just watching the review for Wonder Woman, but I'm a dumbass. I have a lot of editing to do, and I accidentally deleted the last bit of this video. We were pretty much done with the review at this point. I just want to go ahead and just say our final thoughts and scores. Ethan really enjoyed it, loved it overall. I believe he gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. He really enjoyed it, thought it was the best DCEU film. I also agree this is definitely the best DCEU film so far. It's very fluid in its story, and it just flows like a film should, and it doesn't feel like it's been butchered in the editing room like Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad, which is why I'm also going to give Wonder Woman a 4 out of 5 stars. So guys, how did you like the review? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Make sure to let us know in the comments. Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. You can also get our merch at cafepress.com/Dubmasters. And finally, you can also check out our retrospective, which is our short film, Retrospective 3, the shirts for Retrospective 2, and it is live now, and you can go ahead and watch that and share it, please, because we're trying to make it somewhat successful. So I'm Jonathan from Stubmasters Reviews again, and have a wonderful day.